Hello and welcome to the podcast about side characters that go questing. Yep, your favorite podcast, Side Character Quest. Well, I don't know if it's your favorite podcast. If it's not, that's okay. If it's your fourth favorite, I don't know, 10th favorite. Either way, we appreciate you, listener. Hello. And now I am been rambling, so someone else please stop me. Ty, stop me. This train is going.
Hello, this is me, and I am Ty, and I am the host and DM. Do you realize, Sam, like almost every single one of these you have started by saying, hello, this is a show about side characters that go questing. I mean, it's true. You're not wrong is the thing. You're not wrong. I cannot argue with that. Oh, man. How you feeling today?
Now that I think about it, just anything could be a quest.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the whole premise of this show.
Like, I'm going to learn to bake a cake. Because you have to get the ingredients, you have to follow this instruction. It could be treacherous, you could break a glass, I don't know, stuff could go down. And then even if you're obviously there's your basic adventure and dragons and dungeons and all of that, and that's an obvious quest, very pumpkin
basic.
Spice latte. Mm. Yeah, very pumpkin spice latte. But then you also have your other more random quests. But anything could be a quest. I'm going to the store to get some eggs for my cake. That's a quest. So and then what makes a side character? Because everybody is a side character. Someone else's story. We're all our own main characters. I get it. But I'm a side character for somebody else.
Yeah,
You know? And if I do anything, it's a quest. So really, we're all side characters and we're all questing. That's just life.
I mean, yeah.
Got super philosophical. You're welcome.
Life was the side quests we had along the way. Oh man, how are you feeling about getting into the nitty gritty of this actual show, huh?
I suppose.
Okay. Do you want to do a quick recap?
I've forgotten everything.
Yeah, cool. All right. Over the course of this arc, we have seen Leslie, a librarian/wizard.
Well, I know who character is.
Listen, I'm doing a recap for the audience, not for you. All right. We met Leslie, librarian/wizard, gets a grant.
Ooh, don't forget the chicken.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Oh my god. Gets a grant to start a library, goes to a city to pick up sort of the seed collection to start that library. Along the way, meets mysterious characters and goes to deliver.
Feather's not that mysterious.
Yeah, okay. Goes and delivers, was going to deliver just run a quick errand, just deliver some books to a stranger that she met in the city, just out of the kindness of her heart. Kind of a nice gesture that she did. And that's where we pick up, right outside of Derma Lodge. Yep. Good enough? That was terrible, but it's good enough, right?
That was really bad.
It was really bad. Okay, but it's not...
Can I do it?
Yeah, go for it.
So, we have Leslie. She is awesome. She's a librarian, and she wants to spread learning and knowledge to everyone and make it accessible because she wants a public library, because those don't really exist in this, because Ty didn't think about it, but I did. You're welcome. And along the way, she meets some friends, like a chicken who might be familiar or might just be a chicken. We don't really know, but that's part of the fun. And then she meets a really nice orc friend named Tukkar. And she's gonna help Tukkar because Tukkar can't remember anything. Anything. We're talking about really bad amnesia plot device, nothing. So she's gonna help Tukkar. And now she is being really, really kind because she met some guy somewhere who wanted a book from the Professor Tukkar who she was staying with. And she was like, okay, public library. I'm gonna give this book to this person. So she's going with Tukkar to deliver the book. Oh, and she made a nice little cloak for Feather.
Yes, perfect. You want to get into the show?
I suppose.
Cool. Fade in. Wait, no, fade out. Fade out. All right, we ran into some slight audio problems with the last mic we were using, so you might have heard some weird, like, clippy things, but hopefully we switched to another mic. Hopefully everything's fine now, and we can move on from here. So, fade in. As you made your way up the mountainside, nose deep in the city guidebook you packed for this trip, you barely noticed as the storm grew worse and worse. Now, standing in the open doorway of this ancient place, thunder cracks and wind wails, ushering you and Tukkar in.
And Feather.
Yes, exactly. The massive iron doors of Derma Lodge thud shut behind you. There is a thrum in the air as they close, a sense that you have entered an ancient place, a safe haven against the storm raging outside. The beautiful stained glass windows that form the front facade of the lodge let in only the barest trickle of light. Spikes of color dance along the ground of this place as clouds move outside in the storm, shifting the sunbeams that play across the windows. Tukkar stands behind you, close to the door. As soon as the doors have closed, her tense, ready for action posture changes, and she begins to rub her arms and blow on her hands to warm herself. What do you do?
I mean, I'm gonna try to look for Derrim.
All right. Roll me. So you look around this space, and it's very dark in the space you're in. You can see shapes in the darkness away from where this little bits of light is playing against the ground. But yeah, it's very dark in here. Roll me a perception check, I suppose.
Okay. 17.
Wow, really good. Looking out into the darkness, you see just dozens of dwarven figures. You see the silhouettes of craftspeople, priests, hunters, men and women of all walks of life, all lovingly and artfully rendered in this cave of memories. Walking forward through this crowd, you occasionally spot people in pairs or small groups, but more often than not, these appear to be vignettes of individuals. You see them living their ordinary lives, performing mundane acts, but depicted with an air of poetry and heroism. This is clearly a place that has been set up with a sense of respect and artistry and like, yeah, it seemed this is a very carefully laid out place. With a 17, could you roll me a Arcana check as well?
16.
16. Okay, cool. That feeling when the doors shut, that feeling of safety, that sort of thrum, you have the sense that it had a weight to it. There was, it felt like there was a pulsing like energy that passed through you almost. It was more than just a feeling.
So what you're telling me is there's magic here.
Yes, there is magic here.
You could have just said that.
Yeah. But you don't see any people moving around. These figures that are all around you right now, they are completely lifeless. They are not, they're not like people that
They're
are
not zombies.
They're not zombies. They're not moving around. They're not doing anything like that. They're just figures.
But if somebody wanted to do a necromancy spell, would it be easier with them?
Roll me I think roll me another Arcana check.
No, I'm just asking you. I'm not actually gonna. Leslie's not gonna do a necromancy spell right now for no apparent reason.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I mean these. Like, taking a closer look at these, like, you see that these are not just...
No, this isn't Leslie asking. This is Sam asking.
Well, okay. So,
Leslie wouldn't ask this. I would ask this. She would not.
Okay, so what I'm trying to lead to is that the audience right now might not have listened to Lore's arc, and so they might not remember that what these figures are.
Can I tell them?
Yeah, go for it.
Y'all, they're taxidermy people. Ty is that messed up. Yes. He decided to create a whole cemetery of taxidermy people.
I really like how you say taxidermy.
Shut up.
Yeah, they are taxidermy people, and with that in mind, presumably you could do some sort of like necromancy, were you so inclined. Although they are just like
I could bring my coven, and then we could.
Yeah. They are just skin. Like it's not like they have bones and stuff inside.
Well, presumably they have stuffing.
Yeah, that's true. Stuffing and wire and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so you are just you and Tukkar and Feather hanging out.
Is Feather freaked out, or is Feather chill?
Feather is still wearing that little pillow cozy cloak that you made for her last episode, and him. Feather is Sam just shrugged. Feather just seems completely unperturbed, not really.
Cool.
Doing a thing.
If Feather was uncomfortable, then I would want to like speed through this, you know?
Yeah. Tukkar seems very curious, but not uncomfortable right now.
I would imagine as we're walking through this very creepy assortment of taxidermy humans, or not humans, dwarves, that Leslie would be really excited because she's read about this place. So I would imagine that she is excitedly talking to Tukkar about all the facts and pointing out the random people she recognizes, being like, oh, it's George the Great. He made the best wood carving in all the world. Oh my goodness, my gran had one of his wood carvings, and like that type of thing.
Totally. And Tucker's,
It's interesting.
when you're saying that, you guys are walking by this figure that is, you can see them sort of whittling a shape. With their little like pocket knife. So yeah, you're looking through, pointing out all of these different figures, and Tukkar, is leaning in and goes to like grab one of the little wooden carvings and pick it up.
Are they just...
You can't touch that. Put that down, Tukkar. Put that down right now.
She stands up very straight as you say that.
What? Why not?
Because it's disrespectful to the dead. You don't want them to curse you.
Is that a thing that they can do?
I don't know, maybe.
Well...
I never did religious studies. It wasn't really for me.
Better safe than sorry, I suppose.
That's what I always say.
She steps back away from those and is now like still looking at the things, but like giving them a respectful distance. And as she backs away, she backs into something on the ground that then like clatters over.
And Leslie just goes like, takes her hand, smacks her head, and just like, ugh. He's like, come on. Is there like a office space in the back or something?
Yeah.
Like where would Durham's office be?
So as you walk farther back into the towards the back of this cavern, it narrows in. Well, it has gotten very, very dark, actually. Do you have any like source of light?
It was like daytime when we left.
Yeah, the storm has blocked out a lot of the light, but also the stained glass windows are very close to being opaque. Like they are not letting in a lot of light. Tukkar seems to be doing okay.
Do flashlights exist?
No. But you might have. Do you have?
Could I have made a flashlight?
No.
Really?
I mean, and you haven't said that you were going to. Do you have a lantern or anything into your supplies?
I know, but I feel like a flashlight would be cooler.
Do you have like a light spell? Do you have like a Do you perhaps have a spell that I gave you last week which can produce light?
Did you?
Maybe.
Oh, I'll use that then.
Okay. So it was the minor arithmancy. They can produce a cool heatless light.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay. So you generate a I guess you hold out like your hand or something, maybe pick up a stone or something, and use minor arithmancy to create a heatless light.
Well, I pick up a stone and then I take out my pen and I scribble an equation on it, and that's how I do it.
Cool. And with that, light is cast around you, giving you enough to see by and continue forward. As you move forward, the big cavern that you're in narrows. The crowd of figures sort of dies off, and you can see the cave continuing back in the form of a wide tunnel, maybe like 10, 15 feet across.
Okay, where's the office?
Continuing through that tunnel, going forward, you go ahead maybe another, I don't know, a ways. And this tunnel opens back up into another large cavern. It opens up into this large cavern that is actually, I don't know why I made you just find like something to light your way, because I'm about to give you a space that is actually lit. So you open up into this large space that has a soft glow permeating it. The tunnel that you're going through opens up onto a ledge in the sort of middle height of this space, and in front of you on the ledge are 3 long bridges crossing a great open space. 2 of them spiral up and down into the darkness, and one is cutting straight across to a large decorated door flanked by 2 figures. And sort of in the center of the room is a metal chandelier. Off to the side of the ledge, you see a small opening with you see a small opening to a room that is lit from within, and you also notice a hand cart next to it.
I go there.
Okay. Walking over in that direction, you pass through an open doorway and enter into a lit workspace. There's tables. There's sort of a chemical smell. There's lots of tools laying out. There's a few diagrams up on the wall, and then there's appear to be a few empty, long boxes that are just open, made of.
Are
just
the
cool
boxes people size?
Yeah, they're people size. There's no people in it though. But they're people size.
You said boxes, and we are in like a cemetery type place, so I was thinking coffin.
They look like they look kind of coffin shaped, but
dun dun dun.
But there's nobody in them. You might
yet.
Yeah, fair.
Listeners, just so you know, we are in the month of the spooky when this is being recorded. I don't know when you'll hear it, but right now it's spooky. And Ty and I just took a long walk in a cemetery today, so that's where all of this spookiness is coming from. If you're getting a spooky vibe, you're correct.
Sorry for all the listeners who are listening to this in early to mid-November and are like, what the fuck? It's after Halloween. Don't give me this now.
Language.
Oh, sorry about that.
This is a family-friendly program.
Oh, what the dingle dang. Oh, but yeah, this space, there's there's a sort of desk space as well, all those workspaces, but it is once again empty.
I'm going to look to see if I can find like a name plaque,
okay,
or a door plaque that says Derrim, because if there is, I might just like write a little note and leave it on the book and leave it on the desk.
Interesting. Okay. Roll me an investigation check real quick.
To find a name plaque.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking through a bunch of stuff. I mean, you don't
so difficult. Wait, what am I? Investigation?
Investigation.
It's quite the investigation. I'm Sherlock over here, trying to find a name plaque.
What'd you do? What did you do? Oh, no. Oh, no.
I got a 1.
Ooh.
But I get to add +5.
You don't, because it's a critical failure.
Wait, I don't get to add to a critical fail?
No,
What?
critical failure is automatic failure, but also, like, otherwise it would be a 6. So, like, still not great.
What?
I know, it's so cruel. Yeah, so you start...
I just want to, like, do this errand and go about my day, because I want to help Tucker.
Yeah, that's fair. So you start looking, going over to the desk area to sort of shuffle around some of the papers. But as you do, you hear a large, like, thudding sound off in that central room that you had just left, and it distracts you from looking through the rest of this stuff. That seems unfair. This seems unfair. This is just. You know what? You know what? I'm sorry. This is unfair. You do hear that noise, but you looking through the you do look through the stuff on the table. You don't find anything with a name on it. You find a coat that looks like or a robe that looks like it matches. Cloak is the word I want. A cloak that matches the one that Derrim was wearing when you met him at the Sounding Stone. Sending Stone, just sitting off the back of one of the chairs. You also see just sort of like newspaper, weather report, just kind of like life things. But
do I see any pictures, like, of his family or like his dog or something?
no pictures, nothing like that. But
That's
yeah,
sad.
That's all really.
That he doesn't have any pictures of his family in his office.
Yeah, no pictures of family.
Do I at least see, like, can I do, like, a whole Sherlock thing where I'm, like, looking at the cloak and I see, like, a cat hair and I know he has a cat and, like, I don't know. I feel like Sherlock could probably pick up more than just, you have a cat.
Well, I mean...
It's like, you have a cat and you have, like, family problems and you're estranged from your mom and you are secretly harboring some type of grudge to destroy the world. What?
That is something that I will not give you after
with
a critical failure. I was willing to be like, okay, it's unfair for me to not give you anything. You're just looking at a fucking room. You can tell if there's, like, this is such a cursory glance. But if you're gonna want to, like, do a whole Sherlock investigation, then no, I'm not gonna give you that with a 1.
Really?
No.
What if it's, like, not really related to, like, what I'm doing?
What?
Like, it's unrelated information.
Okay, I'll say that you think, oh boy, you just figured out everything about this guy. He's got 3 kids, 4 dogs.
No, not fake stuff. Like, real stuff that's just not related to, like,
listen, you don't know if it's real or not. You rolled a 1. You have no idea what you're just figuring out over here.
But this is a fantasy world, so if I believe it to be true, it can be true.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
I'm gonna believe he has a cat.
Okay, cool.
Because I found a cat hair.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a cat hair. Definitely. I gave a little okay sign and winked at the camera.
There you go. He's got a cat. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Totally.
I'm really good at this. Mm-hmm. Okay, I go check out the thudding then, because maybe it's him.
Yeah. So as you step back out of this office space and look back into that center chamber, you see.
Question.
Yes.
Did Professor Tucker not like this guy? I'm vaguely remembering me mentioning something and Professor Tucker not being totally on board.
So,
and I kind of cajoled him into letting me help.
I believe that Leslie could not tell that Professor Tucker didn't particularly like this guy.
But Sam could.
I think that Sam could. Is how I could remember it. But it was more, like, I don't want to read too much more into it than that. I was going to give more information, but...
Maybe he, like, lost a bet with him. Maybe they were doing some sort of, like, drinking dart game, and like Professor Tukkar was like, I don't think you could do this. You could hit the thing or the target with this dart. But then like Derrim was like swindling him and was like pretending that he couldn't, but then he did. And so then Professor Tukkar lost some
he's a dart shirt.
money, and so he's a little bit upset. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe.
Well, with my one, I figured
you are
this all
you are
out.
1,000% sure that is exactly what happened. Yeah.
Let's just say that's what Feather thinks
That's
happened.
what Feather thinks happened. Yeah. Feather knows.
Yeah, Feather has been secretly like. Anywho, the thudding. Thud, thud, thud.
Thud, thud, thud. You step back out into that main central space, that big open cavern, and on the main bridge that is just cutting straight across to those big decorated doors, you see Derrim, and he is leaning against the door and just sort of like sort of like half slid down, leaning against the doorway.
Is that your friend?
I think so. Mr. Derrim, sir, are you okay? You don't look so good.
Oh, fuck. Hello. What are you doing here?
I came with your book, sir.
Right.
Right here in my hand. And I like wave the book.
Right now. You came with the books. Now is when you came with okay. And then you hear like...
I said I was coming today.
You hear another thud, and he kind of like shakes. That's great. I really appreciate it. If you could just maybe set those books down and then wait for me in another room, that would be wonderful. I would love that.
Tukkar, what? Not Tukkar.
I've given you two characters named Tukkar. What's the third?
Derrim, what's happening? What's behind that door? Are you in trouble? Do you need help?
No, definitely not. And then you hear another, and this time the door like opens up maybe 3 or 4 inches before he closes it back again. And you could see
Leslie puts her hands on her hips and she gives him her librarian sass look. Now, I know you're not telling me the full truth, mister.
I don't listen. And I'm about to have you roll a persuasion check to get him to open up when the door slams open and he gets thrown to the ground, and you see a very large figure, maybe 6.5 feet tall, step forward in full armor and carrying a long halberd.
What's that?
A halberd is kind of like a spear, but with an axe on the head.
That's a bit too much. That's too extra.
It's a lot. And this figure steps forward, and Derrim lands on their back and is sort of like crawling away towards the bridge, away from this massive figure.
Is this figure in orc like Tukkar?
Roll me a perception check.
I can see.
You'll see why I'm asking. So what I'll tell you, they are in full armor, so it's hard to tell because they're in full armor. But if you roll me a perception check, I might give you more than that.
Oh my goodness. Well, take that. I got a 22, so suck it.
Nice. So with a 22, you notice a few things about this figure. First of all, their features, they look decidedly human. They don't look like an orc. They don't look like a dwarf. They look human. Their armor is very... It looks like a very old style. They appear to be wearing a tabard over their armor that has a crest emblazoned on it. And you just made a face. And also with a 22, I will tell you that...
What the crest is?
Yeah, sure. The crest is an image of a boar.
Knew it!
Yeah.
Called it. Knew it. Totally called it. I knew it. Listener, just know that I knew it. I called it.
And I will also say with a 22 that you can tell that the armor is all very old and rusted, and the tabard looks threadbare.
This is not who I think it is it?
Who do you think it is? Oh!
Who do you think I think it is?
No, it is not who you... It is not Roderick.
Okay.
I will give you that.
Well, you said boar.
That's... No, but yeah, that's fair. That is fair. But he didn't his tabard didn't have a boar on it.
But there was boars on his art.
Yes, he had a boar on his hammer.
Which he got from...
His family. It's a family heirloom.
So this person's related to him.
In some way, maybe.
Or has sworn fealty to his family.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
Listen, I don't know. Anyway, you should probably roll me initiative.
No! I'm not a part of this fight. I'm just a librarian,
All right,
okay?
That's fair. You don't have to do that then.
I have not waded in yet.
Okay, cool. In that case, you do not have to wade in. What happens next is the figure approaching Derrim swings down the halberd and strikes his leg. You hear him scream out in pain.
Okay, I guess I'm wading in now.
Okay, roll me initiative. But don't worry, you have Tukkar with you.
Yeah, but like, always these men getting themselves in trouble.
Oh gosh. Let me go ahead and...
I did not make a fighter, just so you're aware. I made somebody who was good at reading the books and teaching the books and passing the books to other people. Ooh, 19.
19. Yeah, that's really good. Roll for them. Oh! Tukkar rolled a 19 as well, but they get a +1. So 20.
Okay.
And the other one gets a 9. So it is Tucker's turn, and Tukkar rushes off ahead of you across this bridge and manages to get just up to this figure and is going to try to strike at them. Holy fuck! She rolls a critical 20. Okay. She rolls a critical 20 and swings her. So as she's running forward, Derrim is like screaming, like holding his leg. She steps out in front of him and just swipes that stained broadsword that she's been carrying, swipes it at this knight.
And
does some damage. I'm about to roll. God damn. Because it was a d20, so I roll twice. Jesus Christ. Does 19 damage. Fuck. God damn. Okay.
so what happens to the guy? While she's doing this, I'm running and I'm gonna try to move Derrim out of the way.
Cool. The knight stumbles back, and you see them just sort of get pushed back, and as they do, like you see just like dust fly off of them, and yeah, you start rushing forward, and it is your turn. Are you just gonna pull Derrim away on your turn?
Yeah, and as I'm pulling him away, I'm gonna be shouting to Tukkar to like, just try to disarm him. Just try to disarm him. I don't want to kill anybody.
And as you say that, Derrim says, "Just take his head off."
And then I'm like, don't listen to him.
And with that, so hearing you say this, Tukkar nods to you, and then the knight is going to strike out at Tukkar. And the halberd slams against the blade of the halberd actually slams against Tukkar's shoulder, but it doesn't. It seems to like knock her, but not actually cut in, almost as if the blade's been dulled somehow. Mm-hmm. And after taking the hit from the knight, Tukkar steps forward, tosses her sword to the side, and tries to grapple this knight. Which is going to be a strength v strength, because she's trying not to kill him, per your request. Ooh, geez, that's not great. It worked out. She manages to knock him to the ground, and is now like holding him in place. It is your turn.
Okay, I I put my glove on.
Okay.
My magic-y glove. At this point, I've put Derrim kind of a distance away and kind of left him there, presumably still howling. And I come over and to the knight, if he can be called that.
If he can be called a knight.
And I hold my hand and he's like, I don't want to hurt you, but you need to state your business and who you are right now. I abhor violence and I must put an end to this. And I'm like, have my hands out like, fear me. And I'm totally bluffing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's very good. I guess roll me a intimidate.
But Tukkar can tell I'm totally bluffing.
Gotcha. So are you trying to intimidate this figure into backing down, basically?
Yeah, but I don't even know if you need to have me roll for this because honestly, I'm probably not doing a good job.
Roll me an intimidation just cause. Maybe. Who knows?
Okay. I should get disadvantage. Just to be fair.
Give yourself disadvantage. I'm not gonna make it easy for you.
Hey, I was the one who didn't make it easy for me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what I'm saying.
You can't take credit for this. I take credit for making it difficult for myself.
Yeah.
That was 3.
Whew.
And, well, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
it was
3.
better, so it's gonna be 3.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this figure does not care. So you're standing in front of them, holding your hand out, and basically like in front of their face.
But maybe they're charmed by me.
No, they're not. And
you should let me roll for that.
Did you push Tukkar to the side when you did that, or is Tukkar still holding them?
No, Tucker's still holding them.
So
wait, but Ty, listen. So this is my thinking. I did bad at the intimidation, so I gave myself disadvantage. But I'm being charming.
You know what?
So I should get advantage.
No, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you inspiration for deciding that you would be bad at this. So inspiration, do you know what inspiration is?
No.
Inspiration is when you make a decision that is mechanically bad for your character, but which like I think is that's a really good bit of role playing. I can give you inspiration, which you can then use to give yourself advantage on some future check. So you next time you want, you can just give yourself advantage.
Okay.
But you only get that once. So until I give you inspiration again. So I'm going to roll a check to see if the knight can break out from underneath Tukkar. Jesus Christ. Okay, so the knight rolled a 5 on a strength v strength, but Tukkar rolled a critical failure. So the knight throws Tukkar to the side, and they then reach forward and grab your hand. And as they do, you see a glow in their hand, a sort of like darkness in their hand, and something happens, which I will now read to you.
Wait, how could it be a glow, but then also a darkness?
Yeah, fucking weird, right?
That doesn't make sense, Ty.
It's poetic as fuck, some might say. The knight grabs your arm, and I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Can I get advantage?
Using your inspiration, go for it.
Yay! So I need wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so that first one was 15.
That's good.
And then the next one is 17.
Damn, both of those would have gotten it for you. So the DC was 15 on that. And let me just tell you, you were glad that you got that. You feel sort of weak in your knees as this shadow of this person's mind like brushes against yours, and you feel a series of images like pound into your consciousness. You hear like the bustle of city life. You feel a long ride on horseback. You smell the sweat of soldiers in training. You see stone rising from the earth. All those sorts of things just pass through your mind very suddenly. But that is, you push that aside and are now just standing there with their hand grasped in yours. Tukkar stands up behind you.
I want to do something.
I will let you. Go for it.
Because he attacked me.
Yes, that's fair. Go for it.
I want to do magic.
Okay, do magic. Do some fucking magic. I'm feeling this.
Okay, what's the magic that I can do?
You've got a lot of magic options. You've got...
I know I have the glove.
Yeah, you don't have to do the glove.
And I know because I did that already.
Yeah, you did that already. Oh, it's so passé.
So I want to show off other stuff that Leslie could do.
Yeah, show me some other stuff Leslie can do.
I have an idea.
You got so excited. What is it?
You're not going to let me do it.
Oh, come on. What are you about to do? Oh, I know what you're going to do. I just do it.
Wait, what do you think I'm going to do?
No, I don't want to tell you because I don't want to give you the bad idea.
No, tell me the bad idea.
I will
it might
wait
be
until,
better than mine.
No, because I will. The idea I have, I will definitely not let you do.
Wait, first of all, where's Feather? Is Feather okay?
As soon as you were running across the bridge, Feather, you let Feather hop off, and Feather is standing like on the midpoint of the bridge.
What is Feather doing on the bridge?
Feather is sort of flapping.
No, but Feather should be. No, I dropped Feather off not on the bridge. I would not leave Feather where Feather could fall into some chasm, okay? Feather is probably in the office.
Okay, Feather's back in the office.
Reading some of the newspaper.
Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Okay, I would feel better if Feather was reading the newspaper in the office.
We see Feather reading the newspaper, reading the weather report in the office.
Oh, come on. Feather would be reading, like, the style fashion pages or something. Come on.
Why would she look at the style fashion? She's got the coolest cloak already.
You don't have to own it. You can just appreciate it.
That's fair. All right, what do you do?
Okay. So, unbeknownst to everybody,
Oh, God. Okay.
including myself right now, but obviously Leslie knows. But like, this is a big reveal, guys. Big reveal. Leslie, she does magic, right?
Yeah.
By like writing equations on stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the ways she did magic with her bike and made it fly was she wrote stuff on the bike. And that made it fly.
Yeah.
So she tattooed herself to have certain magic symbols
Okay.
on her skin.
Okay.
Which you can't see because she always wears those lovely sweaters.
Yeah.
So she's got magic already.
Okay.
And it's going to be a special spell that she made when she was really young.
Yeah.
So she hasn't tested it that much. And this was back in her angsty teen days.
Okay, what are you about to do? Okay. I'm so nervous. I mean, I really like what you're laying down right now, but okay.
I'm kind of making it up as I go.
Yeah, I can tell. Everyone can tell. Everyone knows. Continue.
This is really
It's
well
very
thought
good.
out.
It's very good. I'm impressed. It's very good. But
So she made it in her teen angsty days
Yeah.
when she was like really not liking being in her small town with her family, and she like wanted to do bigger and better things. So she was trying to be rebellious.
you're really
So
trying
she
to
had
sell
this
me on this
spell
thing
that
I'm
she
not going to let you do.
created.
Yeah, what is it?
Shut up. You are going to let me do this. And so she had this spell that she created, which was kind of a dangerous spell. But
Damn it. What is it?
so she tattooed it
Yeah?
on her arm. Mm-hmm. And that's why she always wears the sweaters.
Jesus Christ. And it is?
It's a spell that like summons like fire.
That is so much less terrifying than I was expecting you to do.
Well, I was gonna make it be worse, but then as I was going, I was like Leslie, if I'm gonna go with the story that she did this as an angsty teen, then what would an angsty teen think was gonna be like cool and dangerous?
Gotcha.
And like all teens are like secretly pyromaniacs, so.
Yeah, totally.
But it's like cool fire. It like makes shapes of animals. Like a wolf. Yes, like a wolf. It's like a wolf fire. Like it's like a summons a wolf made of fire to be all like, ah!
So is this a tattoo like sort of on your forearm or something? Mm-hmm. That's cool. I really like the idea that you have this like radical tattoo on your forearm, which is like why you always wear sweaters even when it's fucking hot out. So you cast Firebolt on this person?
Firewolf.
You cast Firewolf on this person. Hold out your hand and sort of.
Well, they're still gripping my hand, right?
You're right. So wreathing around your forearm, a flaming wolf sort of starts dancing around your forearm and then shoots forward to hit this thing. Roll me. You're gonna want to roll a D10 for damage. Oh, I guess. Sorry. Roll me just a D20 to see if you hit. You'll have advantage on this because the person's like holding on to you.
Holding me?
Yeah. And you'll add +5 to that.
20?
Fuck yeah.
Ooh, 25.
Wait, so you rolled a critical 20?
Yeah.
Shit, dog. Roll 2d10.
5.
Sweet.
2.
Oh man, only 7. So you this is so much buildup. Describe to me what this looks like as it strikes this person.
It just like it gets so it was around my wrist and then gets bigger, so it's like an actual wolf shape, and it just like leaps on top of him with its paws, and it takes its like mouth and it tries to like, go for his neck.
That's really cool. As it does, it only briefly holds that exact wolf-like shape before it dissipates into just a fiery burst on this figure, and you can hear sort of a sizzle as this thing.
Do they let go of my arm at least?
They do let go of your arm, and
okay, I leap backwards.
Yeah.
As they do that.
You leap backwards, and at this point, Tukkar steps forward because they had let you go ahead in the turn order, and they are going to also strike at this person, like kick them in the basically the ribs, and they're going to do an unarmed strike. You guys are all rolling very fucking good.
Yeah, well, I know.
Despite the fact that she was like kicking into the sort of armor of this thing's torso, it feels like a visceral thud, really just heavy impact, and it does 4 damage. Not that great. With that, the figure is going.
Can I shout again? Who are you?
Yeah.
But more terrified now.
You shout that, and Derrim behind you says, "Don't try to talk to it. Just kill it." You see the knight place one hand on the ground and just sort of grind it into the cave floor, and stand up. And there's sort of embers still burning in the face of its helmet. So it pulls the helmet off, and underneath you see this. You see a very old leathery face.
Is it a taxidermy person come to life?
It is a taxidermied person come to life.
I called it. I said necromancy.
You did indeed.
Didn't I call it at the beginning? I was. Oh my god.
You did indeed. And it.
Jeez, die.
And it is going to step forward again and try to swipe at. I guess you this time. So it's going to try to hit you with. I think that it's probably dropped the halberd in all of this, so it's just going to try to strike at you with a unarmed strike. Does 14 hit?
Where do I find it? Is it under my armor class?
Armor class, yes.
Oh, it hits.
All right. Only does 5 damage.
Okay.
And now it is going to be your turn.
I'm conflicted because Leslie doesn't want to kill something, but if it's already dead. But then again, I listen to other parts of this show, so I know that things that appear dead are not always thusly so. But I think Leslie still wouldn't want to, I'm gonna do the glove thing again, the defense thing that, makes that, shieldy thing to protect us.
Okay. Yeah, so you cast shield with the thing, which gives you a bonus to your AC, I believe. You know that can be used as a reaction, so you can use that when the person tries to attack you.
Well, I didn't know that.
Okay, well now you know.
Well, I think Leslie's gonna be brave.
Uh-huh.
And she's gonna cast that, and she's gonna Tukkar, get Derrim out of here and get Feather out of here. I'll try to hold him, and I'll run after you.
Okay. So You do that and are sort of holding them back. And Tucker steps over, and would they do this? I don't think they would. I don't think they would be. Do you think? Is it fair for me to say that she would not do this? I feel like you're her only friend at this point. So I don't think that she would be willing to do that. I feel like in this moment she is going to try to swipe at attack this person with her sword again, and just aim for the plate mail, non-lethal blow. Yeah, and that does definitely hit. 20 to hit.
I'm sorry, I can't leave you by yourself.
Doesn't do a lot of damage. It only does 6, but bingo bango, 6 is exactly how many HP this knight had left. You see another burst of like dust as the blade hits against the plate armor, and this figure just sort of steps back and starts to move. The head like swivels towards you in a very unnatural motion. And then starts to step forward again, but then its knee gives out and it collapses against the ground, letting out just this musty scent as like air just poofs out away from it, and it is collapsed on the ground.
All right, I drop my shield and I'm just like panicking, and I turn to Tucker and I'm like, "Thank you."
Don't mention it.
And then I run over to Derrim, and then I, like, check on him.
Fuck. You come up to him, and you see him, he's, like, grabbing onto the railing on the edge of this ledge next to the bridge, and is trying to pull himself up, but his leg, as he tries to put weight on it, it just sort of, like shifts out from under him, and he hits the ground again. God! Oh,
Here,
geez.
hang on. Don't try to move. We'll help you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, no.
Derrim, where did that, why did that, how did that... Explain, please.
Oh, that? I don't know where that came from. Definitely have no idea where that came from. You guys are pulling him up, and do you walk back towards his office, or where do you go?
Yeah, I think we're taking him back to his office.
Okay, you're walking across the bridge as you talk. I don't know what happened here at all. Definitely have no idea.
Derrim, I may only have recently gone to the big city, and I might look like a small town girl, but I know when there's something fishy afoot, and I smell fish.
I will just be completely 100% honest with you. I was just performing my completely normal priestly duties in the temple, and that taxidermied knight just came to life and started trying to attack me. I was doing nothing wrong.
Okay, do I believe him? Are you gonna make me roll something?
Do you believe him? I feel like if you want.
Okay, so Sam would not believe this person, but I feel like Leslie would be tempted to. So can you make me roll something, please?
Yes, I will make you roll me an insight check.
I don't feel comfortable saying that Leslie thinks he's being shifty, because I don't think she would be.
I'm gonna say you have DC 10 on this.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna say you have DC 7. Like, this is very, very low.
Okay, what am I adding to it?
Your insight skill.
Okay, I got 18, so.
Yeah, you can tell this guy is lying. You can also, with an 18, I will also say that he seems to be, like, when you guys stood up and you were getting ready to, you were gonna like move him to somewhere to sit down, the door to that space that the knight came through is still open, and he just very quickly kind of like tried to like turn you and direct you back to across the bridge. So he is trying to move you out of here.
So Leslie kind of shifts his weight so Tucker's holding him.
Yep.
And she runs back to the door.
I don't have any problem with you going in there.
And I open it.
Opening up this door. By the way, I mentioned earlier that there were two figures on either side of the door. They're just like they look like dwarven guards, but they're also taxidermed figures standing on either side of the store. They're not like important in any way. They're just set dressing. Just for anybody, any listener who is like, hey, what about those two fucking people that like Sam just completed it? And that's why they're not important. So you open this door. It's not nearly as heavy as the door into the Derma Lodge. This one seems a lot more decorative, but inside you enter into a circular room. On the far side of this room, taking up almost a third of the space. Like if this place was like a pie chart, it would be like 1/3 of the pie chart. You see an altar that is covered haphazardly with incense, books, candles, that sort of thing. In the exact center of the room, between you and the altar, you see the lip of a circular pool, and there's stalactites above the pool dripping down into it. And then all of the other space, the space that's not the altar and the pool, are all just wooden pews that are sort of wrapped around the circle, facing either towards the pool or towards the altar itself. That's what you see.
So nothing suspicious?
I mean, there's like I said, there's all sorts of like just stuff scattered on the altar.
Okay, I go to the altar to look at the stuff.
So moving forward towards the altar, you get a better look at all of the things scattered about. The main thing that you notice, like a lot of the candles and stuff, are just things that look normal for this space. There's a lot of like religious imagery that looks like it's been there for whoever knows how long. Like it looks like it's part of this space. But the books that are scattered about, you see various diagrams listed on them. The titles imply.
Was Derrim doing necromancy?
That would be a fair guess. I don't think I need to drag this out any. Yeah, he was definitely doing some sort of necromancy here.
Okay, well, I'm reading the like magic charts or pages or whatever, and Leslie goes, oh no.
Yes, and
oh no, and I look at the book in my hand that I'm supposed to give him.
Yes, which taking a closer look at them now, I don't know if you've done that at this point. They are all on necromantic topics. In the center of the altar, you see a circle that has candles lit all around it, and taking a close look at that, you can see there is a faint glow or thrum coming off of it. There's nothing to see there. Just completely normal religious ceremonies. Come on back.
Mr. Derrim, can I ask you a question? I say this as I'm not like even attempting to leave the spot. I'm just standing there and I'm giving him my like, again, hands on hips, the librarian look.
Yeah, and he has been as you had turned around and like run back, he has been just kind of like shuffling, trying to follow you on his broken leg, and is leaning against one of the pews like on the back at the beginning of the room, and he's just kind of like waving you to try to return.
Now, Mr. Derrim.
Yes?
I know that you are doing necromancy. I have eyes.
Why would you? What would you?
I have eyes.
How?
And this book, and I hold the book that I'm supposed to be giving him, or grab it from my bag or whatever. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't really think I should be giving this to you right now, unless you give me a pretty darn good reason why you are working with this dark magic.
Oh. God. Damn it. Oh. He leans against one of the pews and then just sort of swings himself and collapses onto it, and puts his head down and his hand in his heads, or his head in his hands.
I'm waiting.
Have you like walked up to him?
No.
Okay. You're just projecting across the room. The room's structure allows your voice to project pretty well, so you don't even really have to shout.
Oh, yeah, and I know, because I'm a librarian. I don't shout.
Yeah, very good. Have you heard about... He leans back and sighs and looks at you. Have you heard about what happened here a few months ago?
Something about some storm that was raging always, but I thought that there's always a storm here, so I'm confused.
Leslie, there's been a lot going on lately in this world, right? The storm over
Also,
Mount
is
Rena.
Tukkar in here listening too?
Tukkar is. Tukkar is walking over and like looking at the pool that's in the center of the room.
Okay.
First, the storm starts raging out of control, just so much that no one even ever wants to go outside, right? No one wants to go through. Everybody is trapped in the caves basically because it's too.
I know the feeling.
Jesus Christ, quarantine. Then we start having weird corrupted animals like squirrels and wolves and mountain goats and stuff just rippling with elemental energy. It's just intense, just everywhere. And is our Peak here to help us? No, he's a loser. He can't do anything. He had no chance. He had to go to some roustabout to get help just to do his job. All right? And now I hear about down south, down in your part of the world, we start hearing about these weird skeletal people in the woods. Things are going crazy, is what I'm saying. And time again, the Peak Fish has proven himself to be completely inept. And I am not willing to let my home collapse because some new, appointed, just somebody grandmothered in isn't able to do his job, right? So? I had to look into coming up with my own sort of defense. And there's a lot of... I'm in a fucking skill house, man. What else am I supposed to I have all of these resources. I have the best warriors and the best artificers. I have the best beasts. I have everything. The best everything of all of Mount Rena's history.
And so you took it upon yourself,
Yes.
the man that you are, that you will be the savior of our world. You and solely you.
I mean, I wouldn't put it like savior of the world, but
Yeah.
Messiah.
I know your ilk. I've seen it before. Got a little bit of a god complex.
It's not like I was putting all of my eggs in one basket here.
And you think you're the only one who wants to save this world, the only one who's concerned about these goings-on. You didn't think to maybe, talk to other people, get a council, get a vote in. You just decided to take it upon yourself to build an army of dead people.
Well, it wasn't gonna start with the whole... wait, are you... He kind of perks up and seems to be misinterpreting what you're saying as maybe you're interested in doing this. And he's like, well, I didn't just put all my eggs in one basket here. I have other things that I was trying.
Whoa.
Yeah?
I think we should take this to Professor Tukkar.
Ugh.
Yes. He knows things. He might be able to help. There are answers. We don't have to turn to dark magic to solve our problems. We have perfectly good brains inside of our heads. If we just use them, we will come up with a solution. Now, tut, let's go. Come on. And I start leading them back out.
He pauses and he's like, could you just do me a favor real quick? The circle on the altar, could you break that? Because if you don't, then the guy's gonna just get back up in a few minutes.
I go over and I break it.
And as you do, there's a just sort of a feeling of just energy pulse through you. And that's where we're gonna end today. All right. Well, thank you, Sam, for coming in today. Oh, you glaring at me.
I'm allowed to.
Yeah, you definitely are allowed to. And
You made this character that I created, which is like peace-loving, learning-loving librarian, and you've made her fight twice now. So I'm allowed to be not happy with this.
That's fair. How about we go ahead and pitter-patter on out of here? Pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter.
Thanks to the Joy Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Find them at thejordrops.com. You can find us at sidecharacterquest.com, at SCQ Podcast on Twitter, or by email at sidecharacterquest@gmail.com.
The Scavengers Network.
Creator driven,
Community focused.
Treasured content.
Do you like making fun of really, really bad ghost hunting shows?
there's one in particular we enjoy making fun of. It's called Ghost Adventures, and it includes things such as
Bad fashion sense,
grown men yelling at nothing,
outrageously large belt buckles,
too much hair gel,
and unfortunately, a lot of really cringy, painful, and socially unaware stuff too. I'm Cassie.
and I'm Max.
We're the hosts of Insanely Haunted, the show where we watch and review every episode of Ghost Adventures.
Find Insanely Haunted for free wherever you get your podcasts.
This is just gonna all just be bloop stuff.
It's funny. I'm hearing you from the other room like so much faster than I'm hearing you in person.
What do you mean hearing me in person? You're not hearing me in person.
What? Oh,
This is
man.
virtual.
This is all virtual. Yeah. Who even knows? I think by this point, people would have figured out.
Figured out what?
I don't know. Who knows, man?
Figured out what?
You know, nothing. Who knows?
I've been reading a really depressing book for the past like 2 hours, and I want to be funny and peppy because Leslie is, well, I don't know if she's funny, but she's definitely peppy.
Do you want to hear some knock knock jokes to just get you in the mindset?
No. That'll
No?
just make me angry.
Okay, fair. Well, what were you going to propose?
I want to do like a fun little intro.
Okay. What do you have something in mind?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how in Gilmore Girls they have the little intro before the credits, and sometimes the little something to do with the like upcoming stuff, but like usually only barely.
Uh-huh.
I want to do that kind of little intro.
So now question, is this an intro to like in
What if we got super meta? Leslie introduced the show.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And so am I just going to be talking to Leslie?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Side Character Quest. This is me, Ty, the host and DM of Side Character Quest, and with me, as always, if by always you mean no, not always at all, is
That was a confusing
intro. Want me to try again?
Yes, please.
Hello! Welcome to Side Character Quest. It is I, your host and DM, Ty, and I am getting very toasty in this sweater that I'm wearing, and so I'm gonna pull it off real quick. Sam, take over for me while I strip off my shirt.
Wait, I'm not supposed to be Sam right now. I'm supposed to be... Wait, put your phones back on. You messed it up.
What did I do? Fade in. Shit, I didn't actually pull up my notes. Oh, gosh. Feather nose.
Feather has been secretly like...
Mm-hmm. No, that wasn't going to work. I was going to say Shercock because it's a rooster, but then I was like, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That's for the bloopers.
That really doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Anyways, anywho, the thudding.